The whole thing started when I was 17 years old. I was listening, a normal fan for Egyptian new hard rock bands, and suddenly a friend of mine called me, says, "Get rid of all your CDs. The national security is cracking down on people who's listening to hard rock." They called us in that time عبدة الشيطان, the slavers of Satan. That was a totally fabricated case by the governmental media to create something in the society. Totally outrageous, totally from them own imagination. And I discovered in 1 second that you live inside a regime, inside a system, inside a society, can interfere in every single thing in your life, including the kind of music you listen to. And that was a big question mark for me. So since that moment, I start to think more and more about politics. My father used to be an political activist in 70s, but he quit. He quit the whole country, actually. So I start to figure out his old connections to find some answers about what's going on. And in a very short time, I've been very active in what you can call it the public life in Cairo, which is people who totally against the system politically, and people who the old regime like to call oppositions. And the opposition groups in Cairo was, if you have a title that you are opposition, this is a huge problem in a normal Egyptian society who think there is only one party and there is only one system. If you are not agreeing with them, this is mean that you will live in trouble. I don't know if you know The Matrix, the movie. I choose to take the bill, which is the bill who takes you directly to be against the machines, and that was a full decision I made by myself, and I've been fighting the machines. Everything in that movie was very close to my mind, to my real life. Even Mr. Anderson, which is a security person who used to coming from everywhere to stop the liberation group to do the work. Mr. Anderson was there. It's true. Mr. Anderson can be in any shape, can listen to your mobile, and can hack on your internet services, and Mr. Anderson have the full power, and Mr. Anderson have everything obeying for him, everything around you, everything except you. I discovered a shield against Mr. Anderson. I discovered a shield against this kind of police surrounding you. A police system tried to control your life, tried to put you away of any activities they think it's a real threat to the system, to the regime. And simply that was using transparency, that everything I'm doing, no matter they accept it or not, is public, is known. And the main challenge here that you using a chess technique, which is the most important thing that the other player, Mr. Anderson, the security services, however you will call them, know everything on the table, but do not know what's your next step. And that's the challenge, because sometimes you have to move around with a team of people and you are the only person who knows what's the next step exactly. So the next step can be something very normal, like going to meet with football fans. But the reality is quite different. The reality is football fans is also against the system somehow. Um, and you go to the stadium cheering with them and start know them. The reality is you meeting with young people, you ask them hard questions, but you don't give them the answers, and you're waiting till you the people who's really have a mind challenge come to you again and try to figure out the answer to the questions. The challenge is when you go to the normal average Egyptians who are in the villages and discuss with them what the regime really affect, how the regime will really affect them life, and you discover that they don't accept what's going on around them. There is no specific way to measure how much things you've been doing is successful or not, unless you see one or two or three or hundreds of these people with you in Tahrir Square, sleeping there against the system. And you see someone come to you directly, says, one day you said to me, will change. I'm here today to change it with you. That's the moment you understand you've been doing something good.